Entanglement is medium, close to medium ranges. Black Ops is a medium range. Infiltration is the close to medium range. Support is more of a probably a medium range as well. Sniper is of course long range. And close quarters combat is of course short range. And I also wanted to now mention the other sites. There's Plague Productions on YouTube, which probably sounds stupid to one of you, I understand. Just okay. Some of my friends are in it. And then there's Tactical Gaming Podcast. And I'll give you the website URL after this break. So the website URL to Tactical Gaming Podcast is tacticalgaming.wordpress.com. They're a really good site. They've got good community. They've got podcasts, which is the equivalent to radio show, just a heck of a lot better. You can also get it on your iPod if you have iTunes. And so next we're going to come up with some tips to throw in there. Tips for close quarters maps, medium maps, weapon tips, class tips, just general tips. And we'll be back with those in a second. Alright, the first tip I want to add, I've already mentioned briefly before, is for the MP5 and I guess the other submachine guns for that matter, or the other Mini Uzi and Scorpion, the light submachine guns, is fire and burst. Accurate burst aimed at the head. I mean, I know you can't do this all the time because they'll rush out of a door and you'll be right there and you just got to spray. But if you can, if they're like sneaking up behind them, don't just spray them down. Go into iron sights mode if you have time. Aim for their head and set off a 3-round burst, and that'll usually just take them out from the back of the head, and you'll usually pretty much kill them then. And you won't have to waste up all that ammunition. Maybe a few more rounds just to make sure. So I think that's a good tip for. Once again, for the Scorpion, Mini Uzi, and MP5. And we'll be back with more tips in a sec. Another tip is, I've already mentioned this before, but this is mainly for snipers, is if you have the support kit I mentioned, don't go directly to the corner like I said with the sniper, but more of an outward corner, like in a little circle around the corner. Set a position behind sandbags, in a window. Try to stay out of second floor windows because those are pretty obvious places. And have multiple places in the line so you can kind of move through them if you start taking too much fire in one place, or you need to get to the other one with cover. Try to get in a prone position with your M60. Have your RPG ready to switch to in case there's a group of them running by. And then if they just walk by, just start shooting. And hosing is okay with the M60, just hose down the enemy, but accurate burst, well, not so accurate burst, a little bit longer burst, are okay too. We'll be back right after this. I didn't really get to finish my thought because I had to stop, but so not so short burst, but a little bit longer burst, maybe 10 rounds, well, not quite 10, but like 7. Those will usually take a guy out, and yeah, because you got to count on the hose factor. Another quick tip I'd like to add is with grenades. If you have grenades and you don't really usually use them, and I know this is annoying if you're on the other end, but it works. If you just see a place where you know the enemy's on the other side, just lob grenades over there. I mean, lob stun grenades. You'll stun them so your guys on the other side can take them out. But yeah, you usually get a few kills from that. We'll be right back in a sec. This will probably be the second to last segment, and I want to apologize for the party quality, blah blah blah. I've went over this before. I mean, if you like that much, you're listening, so you know you have to deal with it. Sorry. Don't mean to sound snotty or anything. I want to go over some of the perks. My favorites are Last Stand and Martyrdom. With Last Stand, after you get shot, you can fall down on the ground and pull out your pistol. Usually they finish you off pretty quick after, but one time I was able to get 3 kills after I was dead before a guy finally got me. And with Martyrdom, I've created a kit called Suicider, where I just get a submachine gun, I run out in the general open pretty much near the enemy, just spray it around, maybe get a kill off that, and then get killed, drop the bomb right right next to them and boom! I mean, blows them up. And we'll be back with our last segment here in a sec. I've actually decided there's going to be 2 more segments because I want to go over the perks a little bit more. Then there's UVA Jammer. That's one I have. I don't really use it a lot. There's C4 and RPG, of course. Add weaponry. Claymore. Haven't really unlocked that one. Played with it a little bit at our friend's house. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that section. There's a sleight of the hand one. Eventually there's a perk I've heard about where you get to carry 2 primary weapons. I'd like to get that. There's the steady aim one, which increases aim. I'd use that with machine guns. There's deep impact. I'd use that with snipers, cause well, not really sniper, more the submachine guns, and yeah, submachine guns and maybe the M4 a little bit. Steady aim also for shotguns. And we'll be back with our last segment here in a break. So this is our last segment. I want to tell you again. I know this may sound like a big advertisement thing, but Tactical Gaming Podcast at tacticalgaming.wordpress.com. It's a really, really good site. And so, once again, the gaming night is June the 5th at 7 p.m. And one of you will have to create the servers, and the password will be whoever posts and says they can create the server on the game night section of our forums, and the password will be WCODB for WordPress Call of Duty blogs. And well, glad you listened to this. See you next time on COD Radio. Bye.